last night, I almost had a fucking panic attack with Nim. Because I was just like, I want to play Predecessor, and I want to get a 5-man team together. Because I want to participate in tournaments, but in order to get a 5-man team together, I have to talk to people. And talking to people is scary. And I don't know if I'll be able to find 5 people to play with, 5 people to practice with, especially. Like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna fucking do this, dude? What is the point of even playing the game if I can't get myself to talk to people to make a 5-man team? Sleepy got some permission from family friends to use their land for shooting. Things are lining up. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant, like, I don't know about Twitch TOS, like, and doing stuff from, like, ranges. I don't know if it's possible to do on here. That's why I said I'd have to ask her. Anya. Imagine being a child diddler and having blue check marks fondly remember him. Well, I mean, that just seems normal for blue check marks. Let's be real. Shy fox. Very shy fox, dude. Bribe them with the apple bapples. I can't do that. Fit in well with the phase girls. Fishman probably watching those collabs with a lot of booze nearby. He made a tweet. He made a tweet talking about, I see all of you submitting your auditions, talking about how much you love Minecraft. Fishman, I didn't mention Minecraft at all in my audition. I haven't played Minecraft since the last time Pippa had a Pixelmon on stream. All right, okay? I'm not a Minecraft gamer, Fishman. You can count on that. Invite randoms I match up against, but they're all bad. Twitch is cool with it. Okay. Twitch TOS is just be safe and treat the camera as a viewer. Don't ever point your gun at the camera. That's fucking weird. Joins 4-person chat, starts puking, shitting, and pissing. Thankfully, I only have anxiety vomiting, not the other two. You've started doing pred reps so that you don't feed next time you join a game of mine? It's so easy! It's so easy to not feed. Let me give you one hot tip the Georgia DMV doesn't want you to know about feeding. If you die to your laner once, be more conservative when you attack them the next time because you know they're ahead of you. If you die to your laner twice, stop going up lane ever without any vision. If you die to your laner 3 times, I better not fucking see you leaving your tower without jungle support. You absolute mongoloid. Alright? Okay? There is 0 reason to ever have like 5 deaths before 20 minutes if you're actually playing the game. Not feeding, but also having positive game impact. Not feeding is the most important. I'm not good in like any of the other roles. Like I can be an okay solo laner. I am dog shit at mid. I'm dog shit at carry. I'm dog shit at jungle. But if I'm put in any other role because I get support stolen from me, the most I can do is at least not feed, right? Like I know I'm going to be relatively useless in laning phases. However, I'm at least not going to go like 0 and 7 and make it harder for the rest of my team. I at least have that many brain cells. You can be shit as long as you do not die. Yes, not dying allows your team an easier time to carry you. And if your team can carry you, that is all they can really ask for if you don't know what you're doing. But so many people don't have that little voice in their head that says, hey, this might be dangerous. Hey, this person's actually vastly ahead of you and you can't box them. Why are you trying? And then you have people that push up to like T2 with 0 map vision. They're down 3 levels, down an item and a half. There's no one on the map. And then they just get like fucking 4v1'd. And they're like, shit, team, why no. Those people deserve to be culled. Those are the people who should not be procreating in the gene pool. Like, it's not that hard. It is legitimately not that hard to not feed as a bare fucking minimum. What if you die 4 times? You'll get 0-5 by 21 then. I don't care if someone's dead weight, as long as they're not inting, you can carry them. Yeah, exactly. Like, if someone's just like, I don't know how to play this role well, it's like, that's fine. Just play safe. That's all I can ask you to do. Fighting is the most fun part of the game. It's not even fighting. If you are like already 0-2, your laner has like 50 farm above you, like an item and a half completed over you, is multiple levels over you, that's not a fight. That is domestic violence, husband choking out his wife. You are literally a woman and you cannot defend yourself in combat. Stop trying. The part of the brain that says, fuck nah. God damn, dude. You don't watch Kirsche's games, so you don't know what she's talking about. What the fuck? That's rude! Consider this. I like to feed. I hope you get banned. Hard part for you mentally is that you're used to Dota mechanics where you can win from a steep disadvantage by correctly using CC. No other MOBAs have that level of disable, though. Well, now that you know that this MOBA doesn't have that disable, you know you can't play that way. Did I ever play a game back in the day called Savage or Natural Selection? No. They were games where most people were FPS, but one guy on each team was playing an RTS instead and building and upgrading stuff. That sounds actually kind of neat. Getting people on your team mad is the best part of the game. It was fun playing a match with Nim, and we had a jungler come to our lane. And it made Nim want to alt F4. Because the jungler came to our lane, did absolutely nothing when trying to gank, and then cleared an entire wave of minions. So not only did he leech early game level 2 experience from me and Nim, but he fucked our wave management, and now our wave was under enemy tower, and not even like under the tower to get attacked so it'd push back on us, but frozen at the foot of their tower. So we were just playing from a disadvantage from like minute fucking 3. And Nim was like, this game is already over, I just want to alt F4. And at the end of the fucking match, the jungler had the fucking gall to say that Nim was a bad carry. Nim was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this man. It is taking every ounce of self-control in my body to not type kill yourself to this jungler. What do you mean? What? Kier means why no one wants to play MOBA, don't know how to play, other players just yell, not explain. That's just like, how the last time I tried explaining to someone, the last time I tried explaining to someone who was 0 and 8, I was like, hey, try not to go up your lane without any vision. You keep getting ganked by multiple people and you're just a free kill for them. Just like play a little safer and we could try to carry, no big deal. And he was like, I don't know why you're just talking to me. Other people are dying too. You don't have to single me out and tell me I'm doing something wrong. And it's like, well, you have more than twice the deaths of anyone else on our team. And I just wanted to point out something that you're doing that is contributing to you dying a lot. And if you didn't do these things, you know, you wouldn't die. As I'm trying to say it as nicely as possible, Mr. Solo Laner, sir. I beg. You can't be nice to these people, and it happens in MMOs as well. If you try to tell someone, hey, you're doing X incorrectly, could you do Y instead? Because that would make things a lot easier for the rest of us. And they just get like really indignant, and it's fucking odd. So it's like, if you're gonna have someone be like an asshole to you anyways, just fucking be blunt about it. Who cares? Kirsche to bad players, you are literally a woman. Unironically, I had like a 99% clairvoyance rate when I would load into dungeons. When Tim and I played Final Fantasy 14, when we would get into a dungeon and someone, like, everybody in Final Fantasy 14 types in chat. Depending on the way someone typed in chat, I would be able to identify who is a woman. It wasn't just based on how they typed in chat, because sometimes they wouldn't type, but also how they played, especially if I wasn't playing healer. If I was on Bard, 100% correction rate for identifying female healers, because almost all female healers in Final Fantasy XIV didn't attack. They would just stand there and only heal. They didn't contribute DPS whatsoever. And it tilted me as someone who played Scholar. I think you played a demo of Savage? Natural Selection 2 deserved better. I don't know anything about those games, dude. I don't know anything about those games. One of your games, you had a jungle Greg come to your lane, use his pull on the wave, then do nothing to help when the enemy jungler jumped you. I don't understand, dude. Literal map awareness of a League of Legends player. Imagine playing a video game where it can last 30 plus minutes, yet it can get decided in the first few minutes. Pathetic. I mean, in theory, it doesn't get decided in the first few minutes. Our lane was behind because our jungler was brain damaged. But if our jungler or our mid laner came back to make up for the mistake, it would have been fine. But because they didn't, we were just playing from behind like literally the entire match because of a mistake someone else made in our lane. And it's like, that makes it harder, not impossible. But the other people on the team were so brain damaged, they were too heavy for Nim to carry. Hello, Alex Keck. You don't pay my sub. God, I hate those people. Being nice is being weak to those type of people. People won't learn map awareness just because you tell them. That's true. I'm Nim's map awareness. He's the carry. He's got other things to focus on, so I make map calls. When Nim plays jungle, he's good mechanically at jungle, but his map awareness is dog shit. When Nim is jungler, we never get jungle objectives. He's never on the right side of the map at the right time. He doesn't know which lanes need prio depending on who's behind and what matchups are like bad. It's like, oh god, Nimothy, I love you. Everyone in 14 was pretty chill when you played. God, I hate the Final Fantasy 14 community. Even after playing toxic as fuck, like, PvP players in MMOs, the people in Final Fantasy 14 I hate way fucking more. You need to head to Canada and partake in their maid program. That's how you get around chat filters now. Instead of saying kill yourself, just say, I think you need some Canadian healthcare, dude. In League, it's so easy, even when they have manly usernames. As this type of person, more or less, you're right. You don't care about what you're saying. I do what I want, and I don't care about what you want me to do. Just don't be bad. It's so easy. All you say is howdy in 14. My favorite way to join a dungeon with randoms in Final Fantasy 14 was to say hello first time in chat and see how many people would leave. Like, I'd be wearing like end game gear. It would be fucking transmogged, obviously, but I'd be wearing end game gear, fully fucking materia socketed correctly for my class, and I'd pop up with the hello first time, and the amount of times people would just fucking dip without saying anything made me giggle so fucking hard. 14 is passive toxic now. They won't say it to your face because they updated the TOS. That's funny. It's not even like the toxicity, it's the moral busybodying in 14 that I dislike. Like, I don't think 14 has all that many toxic people. They just have people I don't want to spend time with because they're whiny cunts. In League, whether you're allowed to win is determined before you accept the match. What the hell? Can you have a recap of the tangents? I don't remember. You hate the mindset you see in so many games now, especially prevalent in Dota and League, where people just type GG go next because they disagree with a hero choice and give up immediately. You'd rather have someone cuss you out all game raging than this toxic mindset. There was a match where Nim was playing ADC Howie in Predecessor, and we won our lane. He was like fucking 15 and I think like 4 or some shit. We like hard won our lane, and our solo laner was like a 2 and 11, and he was hard bitching the entire time that we had no AD carry, and because we have no AD carry, we can't win, and that like this game was lost in fucking match select because nobody picked a carry, and that's why we're losing. And it's like, my guy, you have double-digit deaths. Why are you focusing on a man building AD Howie when he's winning his lane? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? A lot of women play 14 from what you've seen as far as MMO goes. 14 probably has the same or higher amount of ladies in it as Tera did. Tera had a huge population of Huamins. But I feel like the Huamins in Tera were either actual hardcore MMO players or like the OnlyFans type where they were just like, I'm selling nude pictures to get gear upgrades and dungeon carries. There wasn't like the in-between player where they were just like, teehee, I'm a Huamins and I'm just bad at game. You didn't really see that in Tera very much. I will be bad and you can't stop me. PP, stop that. Fake nice people are pretty bad. I think a big part of toxicity these days in MMOs is all the MMOs got rid of anything that forces socialization, like dungeon matchmakers and auto queues and shit. Basically eliminated any need for LFG chat and discovering new friends that way. Possibly. Like, you're in old MMOs, your reputation actually mattered because you had to interact with everyone on your server. And so everybody knew who the fuck you were and everything you've ever done. Not so much anymore because you could just get into a group, be an asshole, leave that group, and then immediately queue into a different one. You're always the tank in MMOs, you're the one dictating the flow of a run. Booted every dipshit that did not do their job. You had a fucking Black Lives Matter march in Final Fantasy XIV. Are you kidding me? That is fucking hilarious. What the hell? Imagine! Why would you do something like that? Whether you win or lose, what truly matters is if you bought the game. Back when you played League, you remember going Teemo mid, and since Teemo was a top, the jungler kept bitching and feeding the whole game, even though you were 6-1-0 in lane. Some people are just hardcore meta slaves. Like, Nim will make fun of me for being a meta slave. But it's like, when I know that we are just duo queued, and we have to carry 3 people who are likely going to have the collective IQ of a bean sprout, it's hard to let him do off-meta things, because if he plays off-meta, and we're not against fucking beans, the rest of our team is just gonna feed hardcore, and he's not gonna be able to scale as hard as he would on an actual carry. And it's disappointing. I wanna get more people that I can actively play with in Predecessor, so we don't run into this issue where like every game's win literally only depends on Nim and I carrying 3 brain deads. Tera was trash. You fucking take that back. You whore. Help. Ladies seem to like them pretty anime boys in 14. I really hate Final Fantasy XIV's character creator. I think it's really bland. And everybody suffers from same face. You had 2 women try to say you were sexually harassing them in 14. Very cool. Holy shit. Can't be bad and be rowdy. You don't do that, at least. You do mess with people when they get riled up, though. Server blacklisted from raids for ninjaing. I remember back in the day in MMOs when you could actually contact support when someone like ninja'd items from you, and they would take the items from the person who did it and give it to you. Like, back when Vision Maker was the endgame gear in Tera, you had to get Vision Maker recipes to drop from the endgame dungeons. And these were really fucking long fights. And I remember being priest, obviously, and I had the priest staff recipe drop, and some fucking berserker stole it from me. Contacting Enmass, they were actually like, oh yeah, we could just give that to you, no big deal. I was like, thanks, guy. Your reputation still matters in Eve. Yeah, but Eve is too spreadsheety for me, I say as I play Digimon World 2. I also don't like losing stuff when I die, so. The women in Tera were more likely to call you a slut than the dudes, quoted by a female friend who played since near launch. Well, yeah, because the other women players know exactly who is selling their nude pictures. Most of the men don't know unless they've been solicited. It's fucking brain dead, but a bunch of us want to do it in cop gear is MCH. What? Oh! Machinist. I was like, what? You just play a tall Viera and you get weirdos randomly telling you to step on them. MMO game where people were cool 90% of the game was also the game where you could be a player punishing people for being a dick. EverQuest 1 PvP was the best. In theory, ArcAge's public tribunal was a good idea. In practice, not so much. Less and less ashamed of all the nerds you shoved into lockers as you get older. You're the opposite. You strictly go for off-meta picks. You like the advantage of seeing your opponent not knowing what the fuck to do because it's not a champ he plays against. It can be good, but sometimes off-meta picks are also very disadvantageous. It entirely depends. And like I love when a professional player will play something like hella off-meta and build it really fucking crazy and be able to win with it. And then all the like little fucking bronze kitties in the game are just like, he did it, so I can too. And then they just fucking ruin games for everyone for like 2 weeks. It's crappy character creator, thank you. Constantly ran into women in Black Desert, probably because all horse progression stuff and best outfits. I never interacted with human beings in Black Desert. Black Desert was like single player game, essentially. I don't like losing stuff when I die, but I play Escape from Tarkov. That is literally the only game with item loss that I play. Literally the only one. WoW Classic thankfully brought back LFG chat and a system where you flag yourself LFG for certain dungeons. Well, that's nice. Mission Impossible. Find a Tera server without Brazilians? Menma's Tera. Menma's Tera is hosted in France. The ping is too high for Brazilians. You remember you make the wrong version of Vision Maker and the GM changed it. Yeah, back in the day, they were really kind about that shit. Towards the end of Tera's lifespan, not so much. They were just like, get fucked, we don't give a shit. Fuck ArcAge and Mabinogi, those people would shit up the music site you used. I didn't do anything with music in ArcAge. I did stuff with music in Ion, where I would take MIDI files and make them into MML. Because I wanted to have cool songs play in my Ion house. I thought it was really cute. The one thing you miss from League is that they took out the Tribunal. Going through those reports was funny as shit. I can imagine. Do I watch League Worlds? No, not anymore. I love that also. Bad players imitating pros. You've also played certain characters and got flamed for it, and months later some pro does it, and suddenly it becomes meta. God damn. Then you get to be like me. Then you get to be like me, where you're like, hey, Fox did it first, but large VTuber gets the noticement for it, because I'm a literal fucking who. Ping won't stop a Brazilian. European Brazil? Oh my god. The team who made Tera had mostly left by then. I mean, Bluehole was always bad. Let's be real. Tonka, Manea, and Tree Shark were GMs. They weren't the team who made Tera. They're not developers. They were just community managers. You missed the Tribunal. He would do those and laugh. I think we should have a Tribunal and predecessor. Let's fucking go, dude. Take the information to the Brazilian MMO Council. I will never forget in Ion, the Spirit Master that I played with, how he was like, you gotta remember, Brazilians and BRs are two different kinds of people. And even Brazilians hate BRs. And I was like, alright, I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Spirit Master, man. Yo te amo. Fox Waifu said MML, marriage material. Kid Teacup Man, some CM. Don't mention that name here. Don't mention that evil presence. I was going to talk about this tweet here before I got distracted by MMO and MOBA talk. What is a BR then? A BR is someone who puts BR in their name. They're someone who like outwardly needs to tell everyone that they're BR constantly. And they're usually the ones who are bad at the game. Which is why actual Brazilians do not like them. I learned this in my Ion days. Sopa de macaco? I don't know what that is. Forgive the filthy casual. What are these tribunals you speak of? Are games actually pressing other players into jury duty? It was like you opted into it, and you could go through player reports and decide if the report has merit to it or not. And if enough people decided that the report had merit to it, then action would be taken against the player that was reported. It was a lot of fun. It was really fucking enjoyable. I don't know if I remember a Tera guild called Nobles, but you were guild leader there? Nope, never heard of it. I was on Mount Tyrannus, so if your guild wasn't on Mount Tyrannus and wasn't a PvP guild, I had no idea what it was. Every MMO should have a community tribunal. It'd be a lot of fun, honestly. And they spam BR when you write in Spanish. I need more than one sentence to be able to tell if they're typing in Spanish or Portuguese sometimes, you know? So sometimes the one sentence isn't enough. But if I scroll down here,